Okay, so what's your correct length of backswing? Now, a backswing that's too long means there's going to be a disconnect, and just means that you've got to get some kind of timing together to get back to the ball. Usually a massive power leak. Okay, backswing that's too short, right? The opposite end of the spectrum, where you don't give yourself enough time to build up any power, any kind of momentum in the golf swing. Just with regards to the long backswing, two main reasons, or two main causes that I see that cause a long backswing is, first of all, a very bent left arm, very bent lead arm. Okay, and the other cause that I see is actually where the golfer gets a good turn, shoulders, hips, everything, and also good extension, but there's a drop, there's a release of the pressure in the hands, in the grip pressure. And of course, the problem here is that, yes, there's an overswing, but now there's got to be a regrip. And when that regrip happens, it usually leads to a casting action, fine for fishing, but remember, golf is a different sport, so we want to just stick to golf here. The other thing is, when you regrip it, how do you know if the club face is still square? You could regrip it shut, you could regrip it open, maybe you get lucky and you regrip it square, but damage has been done. There's too many variables going on, right? Then the other thing is, with the collapsed left arm, all right, it's just, we need to get a bit more width. If you watch my previous videos, I've spoken about, doesn't have to be dead straight in this lead arm, doesn't have to be locked, doesn't have to be tense, slightly flexed is fine. But when you have the left arm collapsed like this, then there's a problem. All right, so what you want to feel to get better width in the backswing is to get to the top, and just from here, keep your wrist angled and everything, but from here, push the hands up. If you were standing in a doorway, push your hands up into the top corner of the doorway there, into the top corner of the door jamb. That's going to give you a nice sensation, getting that width and that extension. When it comes to your grip pressure, most of the time, it's in the last three fingers here of the lead hand. Okay, so, right-handed golfers who are naturally stronger than the right hand, we don't use these last three fingers for much, so they're not our strongest fingers. But the problem with golf is we have to be strong in those fingers. When you get to the top of your backswing and you're changing direction, the club gets heavy, a lot of different forces going on. So you've got to be strong there, okay? Also, being strong in those left three fingers will help you hitting out a thick rough, even bunker shots. Being strong in those last three fingers, that's going to help you there. We don't want any looseness in that grip pressure. You just really feel that you're maintaining the pressure. So you want to have a tight grip pressure. It might sound strange saying, hearing this from a coach, but there's nothing gentle about a golf swing. It's actually a violent move, so you've got to be strong in your hands. Okay, but with a capital B, you want to be relaxed in your wrists. Okay, loosen the wrists. We don't want any tension running up the arm. So firm hand grip pressure, but relaxed, loose wrists. We need certain things to happen if you want to generate good power. All right, so we need to have a pretty good hip turn, usually around 45 degrees, a pretty good shoulder turn, usually around 90 degrees. But one thing you have to remember is that once you've got this turn, if you're going to hit a golf ball and you've managed to turn your lead shoulder here behind the ball, okay, whether it's 90 degrees or not, okay, once you've turned your lead shoulder behind the ball and you're back to the target, that's enough. You don't really need more than that. I know the young tour players and that they got this really big turn in their shoulders. Even a guy like John Rahm, Tony Finau, that have a short backswing, they still got big turns in their shoulders. All right, but as we get older, we don't need to. We can get away with just feeling a little bit more of that left shoulder behind the ball, the lead shoulder behind the ball. All right. Now the key is that once you feel that shoulder's behind the ball, or once you feel that you've turned your back to the target, you've done the work. All you need to do now is then bring the hands down and hit it. If you're turning, all right, and you get your back to the target and you've got a nice turn going in this lead shoulder here, and you continue with arms and hands, there's a big disconnect going on there, and then to try and reconnect on the way down, there's not a lot of time in the downswing to fix that. So rather avoid that altogether. Once you felt that you've got this turn in the upper body, I'm using 90 degrees as a reference. All right, back to the target. Left shoulder, lead shoulder will be pretty much, if you're hitting irons, it'll be pretty much over the ball. If you're hitting drivers, that definitely be more behind the ball, the longer clubs. So once you feel that you've turned your back to the target, then you can start bringing the hands down. Okay. So here's a good exercise for you. I've got an 8-iron here. What I would suggest and I would recommend is if you look at this position here, my lead arm is parallel to the ground. Okay, you can see this L shape that I've created here. Okay, between the arm and the forearm and the club. Okay, so basically, I would say like a 90-degree wrist angle here. Okay, that's actually enough. I don't really need any more than that. But what I do need to do here is I need to finish my backswing with a turn of my shoulders. So I'm here, turn. If I turn and I'm continuing with my arms and my hands, there's a massive power leak, there's a massive disconnect. Okay, but if I'm here, where my left arm, my lead arm is parallel to the ground, all right, I've done the work. In my hands and my arms, I've done enough work. What I need to do here is complete the backswing with a turn of the shoulders. Okay, so here's the drill, all right. Take the club back in your takeaway, get to this position here where the shaft is horizontal to the ground, okay, and here you want to feel, this is where you've got that wrist angle that we're looking for, okay. Now from here, just bring it up to the left arm parallel to the ground, and then complete the turn by getting your left shoulder behind the ball, or you can think of getting your back to the target. Okay, so we're going to break it down into stages. All right, so here's when the shaft is horizontal to the ground. Okay, arm horizontal to the ground, or lead arm horizontal to the ground, and turning back to the target. Okay, so there's enough power in it because we've created torque, resistance, whatever you want to call it. You've wound up, okay, enough. All right, when you turn hips, shoulders, and then you overswing the arms, all that resistance gets thrown out the window. So keep turning to this point here. Once you've got your back to the target, then you can bring your hands back down and hit the ball. And if you go to a longer club, 5 wood here, this is that P2 position. P1 is at address. P2 position, which is position 2. Okay, you can see I've got the shaft of the club horizontal to the ground. I've created good wrist angles here. Okay, now from here it's just getting that left arm, trail arm parallel to the ground. Okay, and then I'm turning. So with the longer clubs, there's momentum. All right, so you can see the length of backswing is going to be a little bit longer just because it's a longer club. Swings a little bit quicker. There's more momentum. Okay, we just don't want to see it going too far past parallel. Okay, kind of parallel there with the longer clubs is good. Okay. Somewhere between vertical and horizontal with the mid-iron, short irons, that'll be just fine. Thanks for watching, and if you found this tip to be really helpful, then please make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any of my future tips and instruction. I'm Owen, and I want you to start playing golf better than you imagined. If you're really struggling to find the middle ground where your backswing needs to be, then contact me via my online coaching send me a video of your swing, let me have a look at it, and I'll give you my best advice on how to rectify any issues with your golf swing. All you need to do is just click on the link in the description below, and we'll get in touch with each other. We'll have a good chat and find out where your golf is right now and where you want it to be in the very near future.